Hey, welcome back and thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Hey, today I want to talk to you about Aluminum Composite Material or ACM panels. This is one right here. They're constructed of two sheets of aluminum which are bonded to a polyethylene core. Now what this means for the artist is it's a very stable product. These things won't change the way a wooden panel will change with changes in humidity or climate, those kind of things. If you paint on a panel here in Florida and you ship it up to Minnesota in the wintertime, just the change in humidity may cause some problems with warpage or those kind of things. So you don't run into that with ACM panels. So what else does it mean for the artist? Besides them being stable, they're also archival. So if you want to paint Mr. Potato Head on this and you're worried about it being around 100 years from now, as far as the panel is concerned, I guarantee you it's going to be around. Though you may have to explain to someone exactly what a Mr. Potato Head is. Because the panels are non-absorbent, they're water resistant, and they're simple to maintain. So they're used in the sign painting industry, and so they're made to be outside. So people will apply decals to them in the sign industry. They'll make placards for them, they'll put them outside, and they don't have to worry about the weather as far as the panel goes. I've painted on these up to 24 by 36 with no warping, no problems with that. I've actually framed them in both traditional and floating frames, and I'll have a video later on about that. If you're interested, let me know in the comments section for sure. So it's a variety of ways you can handle it. Even some actually have an attachment that they'll put on the back. They'll stick to the back, and the panel itself, the thin panel, will actually be hung on the wall. So a lot of different opportunities there for the artist. They're very lightweight. They're just a bit under 2 ounces per square inch. So if I'm looking at a 16 by 20, I'm looking at about 3.6 pounds. So that's pretty lightweight for a larger panel. So for plein air painters, very nice to go out with an ACM panel. Now you can actually adhere paper to this. As you can use PVA glue, glue down canvas, linen canvas, cotton canvas. You can glue down paper. So it's very nice backing. It doesn't have any bounce to it. You hear a lot of people who paint on canvas and they worry about that bounce. They don't like the way that the surface gives way as they paint. Some like it, some don't. A con, you can't roll this up. So if you're going to ship this somewhere, you're going to have to put it in something to ship. Now I've shipped in cardboard boxes. I support it. I put padding around it. I wrap it. Had no trouble at all. It's so lightweight. But if you're doing international shipping and it's a size that you're concerned about, that's a con to it. You can't just roll these up like you could canvas and have it re-stretched when it gets to its destination. So that's one thing to think about. You can cut these with a utility knife, which is very nice. There's no loss. So if I wanted to cut down this 9 by 12 into a couple of 9 by 6s, I can use a sharp utility knife, score it several times, and snap it. And I'll show that in a subsequent video. But there's no loss like you would get if you went and put it on a table saw and you cut it. You'd lose a amount to waste. So no issues with ACM for that. They typically come from a supplier, so I buy mine in 4x8 sheets from a local sign supplier that provides materials and is willing to sell to the public. So I get them in 4 foot by 8 foot sheets. I break them down with a utility knife and I leave them like this. Now this actually has a covering on it. So it comes with you know it's going to be difficult to get off if you're on video. But so it's little, leaves no residue or anything, but it's just a cover. So it protects that actual surface there. So I can cut these down, I'll pre-cut them for what I want, and I'll stick them over on a shelf, and then when I'm ready, I'll gesso up a set of them. So I've got them ready for me for whatever I want to do. Now there are some suppliers that actually, art suppliers, that have them already cut for you. They'll gesso them for you. But the premium on cost does go up. And then you decide what's right for you in those cases. The greatest con probably for these is the cost. As of the making of this video, a 4x8 sheet would run you around $75 from a supplier. But they're very stable. I think the last sheet I bought, it's been like a year, and I don't have to worry about them. If you drop them, I've heard if you drop them on this corner, it'll dent the corner, those kind of things. But if you're putting them in a frame, that's no issue. But you know, the best way around that is be careful with your panels. So that's what I try to do. If you buy them from an art supply house, they are going to be more expensive, but you know, that's the way that goes. You can get a 4x8 sheet of hardboard, which is like a masonite. Get it from your local big box store, your home improvement store. That'll cost you about $20 a sheet. You're going to lose some to cutting, like I spoke about earlier. But you're also going to have to prepare it. It's not as dimensionally stable. They will have to be supported, a cradled panel. So there's a lot of benefits to these, I think. Let's see. Also, ACM panels provide an excellent structure for your painting. So you gesso them just like you gesso a canvas or other panel. You can also, like I said before, you can also put paper on them. So they're excellent support for your paintings. Hey, let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this. Also, I just ask you, hit the subscribe button. I think it's over here. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell if you want to be notified when I post. I'm trying to post every week a little tidbit for you. Put in the comments if there's some question that you have about these panels or anything else, or something you'd like me to review. When I come back on subsequent videos, I'll actually prepare one of these for you, show you how I gesso them and sand them and prepare them that way, how I frame them and those kind of things. So I look forward to seeing you again. If you have any questions, by all means put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And until then, hey, it's good to see you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.